Heretics team would just be
Like they gotta pick something.
fairly dominantly on
That's the
that
issue.
map.
Okay,
So,
Heretics on defense,
clearly
Giants
they
on
found
attack. Let's
something that they
see.
think they can pick
See what
apart,
Giants
but,
have got.
yeah, I'm not confident for them in this series in general. It's the best team in the league
What is this?
versus arguably the worst. I think it's going to
What
be a
is
tough
this?
one. And they've also removed Redgar straight after he probably had his best performance.
Yeah, the man gets moved off IGL, plays well, and he's out. He's
Chat, how long?
having to reset.
How
I
long
think,
until this they
you know,
notice?
it's difficult to imagine
Oh,
then
okay,
for
not
Team
long. Damn,
Heretics,
that was fast.
a
Respect.
reality where they don't 2-0
Uncarp,
this, and I
thank
think
you so
most
much for the
people
Prime,
will
man.
come in
Thank you,
with
thank
that
you.
in their minds, but an opportunity perhaps for
What a
GX
shot,
as the
bro. Oh,
underdogs.
it's already done.
Certainly no opportunity for Burpo.
That's crazy.
Clean, quick shot by Rian's mini boo on
Well,
it
they
as
tried.
well. And GX look very much staggered on the way through B. They openly peeked some angles to try to draw rotations perhaps to allow that lurk up from Hoodie. That's being caught as well. Now a spam through the smoke takes Cloud, and you know, I feel like GX haven't even started the round and it's already over.
Yeah, well, Famzy in a 1v5 in his first round in the VCT.
Yeah, here we go. Build it up.
Versus Team Heretics.
Oh yeah.
Let's see it.
He's probably going to lose. We're being honest.
Got the classic
I think
equip, though.
This would be the greatest debut round we've ever seen. I think
Oh,
Nivera might
Nivera.
have the title at the moment with an ace in the first pistol he ever played. But hey, you know, he got a kill. He did better than the rest of the team at least.
Redgar would have gotten 4. Well, 1-0 for Team Heretics and a good start on this map. Now, keep in mind, Bind is their selection. Up next is a map, as Tom said earlier, that Heretics have looked great on, destroyed Foot, and GX have looked absolutely abysmal.
There was a
with
wild,
limited time to
yeah.
make turnarounds.
He had a
Also,
chance.
you have to think about trialing processes while you're bringing in another
Look at that,
player.
though.
I
Come on,
imagine
man. That's too much.
Coming in, the conversation on the desk as well about Famzy, something you told me backstage earlier on, Tom, correct me if I'm wrong, it was 94% of his games were duelist so far. So
10% that
Is it stupid to bench Redgar at the moment? Okay, let's be fully honest. Giants are out. Like I know there's like a 1% chance this thing happens, this thing happens, this thing happens. Giants are out, and they got a realist in the management going, look, you guys are out. Let's try build for next year. Do we want to get this guy? Let's try him out. It's a good move. It really is a good move.
For Heretics, on the other hand, a bit of a risk here by Wood going up against the Pistols, up close with a Bulldog. He will only get himself a double. Boo will fall afterwards, and there is a chance emerging for GX.
Like if every team is out, like any team that is out, I would be tempted to get rid of like 4 or 5 players. Just try some new people.
It's very easy to come into this match.
Like if you're allowed to, you got the money, expenses, whatever to do it. There's no harm in that. Start the scouting really early. You secure them.
Now with the change,
5? Yeah, dude, for sure. You're out of the year. It doesn't matter. Why not? Why would you not try these players? Try get the next Woot. You think you have a next Woot? Let's try him.
Yeah, so
the year is done.
There's a lot on his shoulders to try and get something here. In this round,
30 seconds left.
The 2 remaining players still only have pistols. Even getting a plant here is not going to be particularly
Molly your
easy.
team.
Nade still in the
Kinda.
hands of Miniboo. Still
I mean, do you think I'm wrong?
With 20 seconds left.
I don't think that's a hot take.
Cover the majority of the site just with utility. They'll at least get themselves a plant, and Famzy just survives.
Yeah, I mean, a sliver of health. I don't think he's long for this world. 9 health in a classic. And 2 players patiently waiting. I feel like a switch was flipped by Heretics. Once we saw Boo die, they don't overextend.
SK, how we doing, bro? With the 50 mums, thank you so much for that. Appreciate the 50 mums. Thank you for the prime. Wait, nice little trade on that, no matter what. Okay. They got some, I mean, they got a gun out of him.
3 rifles carried forward. Certainly not the end of the world for that defensive side. There was that glimmer of hope for GX, now faded, but they will buy rifles in the next round, and hopefully then we get to see them with a little bit more pizzazz. I feel like that pistol really just went terribly off of a few shots hitting. You have players peeking corners to spot out, to make some noise, and they get ripped apart. That sets them up for a 2-0 loss to start. But now the game begins.
The Boo takes the hit. One person got wrecked. He buys a Bucky, one of the better maps. This in Split, pretty much one of the best maps from.
Versus GX, Fnatic are actually at Seoul. Like they go on championship points, so they can already be.
Last big buy round for Giants.
GX lose, they could be eliminated this week. Also, they're very likely already gone. Damn.
Pretty cool though. Yeah, they smoke deep, they have their normal fade out, which they've been using as a default, and then they have a boom bot on top. So they got to shoot this and the boom bot, and then you get a free swing off of it. It's really cool.
What, 10 seconds of a round?
Yep.
That's a dangerous style to set.
And they're playing off the fact that they've kind of conditioned them in, first of all, not just the first 2 rounds. They at least did in pistol. I'm not sure about the second round. They've also conditioned them in just the whole anti. Like, they've done this fade eye all the time, but they've never done that on top of it. Like, Heretics always think, like, pretty deep into anti as well. And, like, what they've shown and how to change it up.
Might even try to take some space. You see the gate crash move alongside the decoy. It's set up.
They're like one of the only teams that I know of, and I imagine other teams do it, that anti themselves. So they can see what's obvious and then just play around that, do an extra round to mix it up, play off the fact that teams are going to anti them and try and exploit something.
Both players start their move, although Rian's, there's a little bit of hesitation. I don't think he's realized that Vitinho's crossed just yet, but
okay, this is a good round for Giant. Look at the minimap. They're all good. Send it.
To get themselves into the site just yet, but Rian's being so low means he almost has to try and give this one up. Even still, though, Vitinho battling, brawling. Benji's already managed to give them the man advantage, and the plant will at least be coming through.
Yeah, this is really good. They got 1 flash.
So
1 flash, 2 people low HP.
That fight towards elbow, especially, they're teed up with the flash.
Damn,
that
was sick.
Doubles up. Vitinho looking to swing deep and take Mini Boo down. It's a dangerous fight, but one that he wins. And Boo a little late to the party. He's got Purpo looking the other way. Has an idea of the final player. The low HP's in play. Vitinho's
of course, Boo clutches it. It was nice though. They kind of set it up well. Like their plan in the 3v4 was really good. The flash push, it was nice. Shout out to Boo. It was unreal. Shout out to the Observer catching the flash before it happened as well. It was cool.
Onto the spike and got killed from behind. It's still one of the best Red Bull clutches I've ever seen. But you put him on the Brimstone, he's still going to be able to thrive. But it definitely seemed like they were convinced that the remaining player was going to come from that defender spawn. And well, if he's given a free kill like that and the last player's on low HP,
oh, that flash is actually really good.
Fall apart, and that's the thing. I like the adaptations that were there for GX. Like they were a man down. Let's go! They needed to be a little bit more aggressive. I love that, even though for
dude, the vibes on this team are crazy, man. It looks so fun.
Benji, this is like
why they always having the most fun.
The guy is all in every single
yeah,
time.
Benji is always just a hype man as well. Benji looks like the perfect player. Everything that I see from like comms videos, little clips like this, looks like the most perfect player.
Cleaning up the rest of the kills and leaving Benji and Rian's to clutch it.
There's 3 people here as well. This is a pretty good sign for Giants.
This is going to be a round for individuals to thrive. Rian's does well to find 1. But with him going down, Benji's left with a very tough decision.
Yeah, just try kill 1.
Economically, there's even some players that could definitely use that rifle in the next. And a 1v3, is he likely to get it? I think he might go for the save. Well, he's in the other team spawn, so I'd be surprised if he wasn't.
Yeah, I think it's worth noting as well, just giving a little bit of an idea of how this map has played out for Heretics over the last, well, few months, I guess. So they're currently on a 4-win streak on this map. They're 7-1 over the last split, Masters, and the split before. So over the last few months, they're very,
that's
very
winning very convincingly most of the time helps with vibes. That's true. You gotta have something to shout about. Their bunny cam earlier? Yesterday, not today.
100 Thieves, 7-1 versus
could maybe we do one
very,
there.
very good when it comes to that attack side. So I think this first half is going to be pretty important for the side of
we'll
GX,
see
but already getting
what the timing's like for Americas.
Some good individual players. And the thing I always like with GX is whenever I see Vitinho and Purpo both on Duelist,
yeah, we got a big round right here. Big round. We got 2 people that can't buy next for Giants. We got 3 people that can't buy next for Heretics. We got loads of people that are 1 way from an ult. Insta ult through middle.
my memory served me well, I suppose. Yeah, 2 weeks ago.
Well, they're not getting that one back. Big win for Giants. Problem is there's a lot of question marks that they have to clear. And Mini Boo's done a very good job of clearing both the bits of util that need to clear this.
Out of that choke point, reset into an A fight. Now for GX, they haven't lost a ton. But the main
thing for comps on Abyss, bro, people would just be doing some mad stuff.
Rian's having to concede the space. They get nothing off the early fight. And
it's one of those maps where a lot of stuff works.
On the attack side, there could have been some less than optimal outcomes.
Double controller, something. Double controller is a must. I personally think Sage is a must, but people won't.
A little bit with their defensive setup, but I guess with now the clear coming out from the haunt.
I think Astra is good, yeah.
They're starting to realize that this is likely A double pump back
I actually think Astra's pretty busted on the map.
Information.
I see it the same way as Gen G play
He has an exit plan at least, and we'll be able to spot
Breeze.
the majority. In fact, though, he actually tries to go in.
Try to TP out though.
Play. My goodness, Brienne's picked up 2 from the backside before going down. It gives them a chance.
Dude, this smoke is
TP
so
attempt.
nice though.
Right
Oh,
the trail
okay,
even
and
shot it, but they
he's
didn't react
in.
time.
He's
And
in
now
for making
Ramsey,
plays.
well, he might be stuck in a corner, but he's got plenty of support. Showstopper used at the
Hey,
end,
that's a
opportune
giant
time.
round,
It might
man.
drop
Fair
Cloud, but
play.
it won't
They got
do
an eco.
anything to recover
They got
the
an eco.
round.
They got some
GX
ults out of them as well.
3-2.
I feel like he may have embodied Redgar a little bit there.
Yeah, he actually he went for the
gamble, but it definitely paid off.
he went for the
Being able to
Redgar.
get up behind him, it was one of those spots where he's stuck in the mud. He's been caught by that season. One of the only ways out is the TP, but to go in behind, definitely a little bit risky. But it's his fight forward into this smoke that actually does all of the work.
Damn, it's so big.
A huge individual play from someone brand new.
And then he swings at the end.
Brand
Dude
new
is
to the tier 1 as
dude
well.
is confident.
Let's go.
Not a bad start whatsoever for this attacking
Yeah.
side.
Push him down
Showstopper
to
for
an
them
eco.
online for this round could help to break through this defense, but they might not even need it. Team Heretics, Pistols, Sheriffs, a Stinger, and a Guardian to work with. It's Miniboo with the Guardian going for aggression on A main, not seeing anybody. And understandably, no one else on Heretics is looking to get too aggressive. They're tucked in, holding their corners, waiting for those pushes to come through. And the one good thing about this is GX are using a lot of the utility to clear out. Flash burned up, Boombot out of play, but there's plenty more to go, especially Decoy held by Purpo for late round. I think that's going to clear out a lot of these dangers.
Yeah, I'm liking the way that GX are playing in a lot of these early rounds. We've heard recently that Cloud has been the one switching to calling, and
Yeah, they go into where the hero gun is, but there's only 2 people here. Have to be a Miniboo masterclass.
Have quite a bit more structure, a bit more patience, and a lot of these late rounds. They are now going walking in to the Lion's Den. It's an attempt from Miniboo, but he's not going to get anything with the Guardian.
30 seconds left.
Big Brother is still on site, but I think they're well aware of his position. Surviving this should be impossible. Wu, however, has managed to get one. I don't know how. He must have been running through a smoke. Brienne's has been left unchecked.
That was nice from him though. He's already focusing on the next guy. There might be a timeout from Heretics here. We'll see.
Yeah, they've done a really good job. I think especially with those first couple rounds, I was a little bit worried because it was just dominantly swinging in favor of their opponents. And Heretics
You said you think the current meta IGLs need to aim. Do you think the way you gotta take fights now makes it easier for IGLs to focus on fragging, or is it just a harder time to IGL? It's actually an easier time to IGL. You can do more of the wrong stuff at the moment and win, just because you're overwhelmed with the double initiators. That's becoming a little bit more meta, is just super strong. Like this guy, with like an extra flash or an extra bit of util, just makes everything a lot easier.
Which is something I expected
So
to see.
IGLing's a lot easier now, which means that you gotta frag. And the fact of like shooting dizzies and flying stuff in the air becomes more important. It's all about like actually being able to aim and frag heavy.
From the shadows straight up to heaven.
So,
People are turned back to look at him. He wins the fight, and his teammates
like this
clear
meta
outside
isn't
because of the
really
power
that
of
much
the
of
way
mind
they're
games
back in their
too
minds.
much.
Beautiful stuff
Obviously
from
there's
GX.
always an element of mind
They're
games, but it's
definitely
nothing in
playing a
comparison to
disruptive
like the
style,
Sky
but right now
meta.
Heretics are really struggling to deal with it.
At the moment it's
For Blue
all
and
about
Benji,
like
it almost
this guy
comes down to
needs
an
to get
immediate
1
save
kill
by
in this
trying to get
situation
anything from this
when he's
point
getting
onwards with-
overwhelmed.
Wow, you'd have
There's
to
so
have a
much
certain
more
amount of
pressure
ball
on
about
one
you
pass
and
and getting kills
for
than there was
GX,
before.
Already looking to take the lead after a bit of a slow start, a bonus round loss as well. To put yourself 4-3 in the lead is a pretty ridiculous comeback in the early stages of this game.
It really is. And as well as that, for Heretics, it's not as easy as getting ahead of these pushes.
I think as the
in
game
the sense that
progresses,
GX
IGLs
are
need to be better anyway. That's
spreading out,
also true. That's a
looking for
little bit
map
of an
control.
element of it.
They're throwing in
But
some
did it really
fakes,
change
some
that drastically in a
flair
year?
that
Nah,
makes it
like in
hard to
CS that
read.
took
I mean,
like
this
what,
round in particular, you're
10
gonna see, I
years,
assume,
and then
maybe more
even
times
you
this
kind of
from
see
Cloud,
some
where he's
players
using
that
some
are
of his
still
flashes
not fragging
just to
heavy.
clear up into hookah to make sure he has the space for free. Once he gets it,
Maybe some of them just got kicked the other day, but
and obviously Seekers
it still
online in
shows
this
that
round
it's still a
helps out
thing.
even more, just being able to chase the cabbages. But you can do it with the flashes with the dog as well, and that works beautifully to again start some rotations in the other direction. Combine
yeah,
that with a from
you
the
bring back
shadows,
you
and
bring
a
back
side
old
push on the other
Sky
side of the map.
meta,
Very difficult to deal
then
with on this
IGLs become
defense.
very important again. You get away with just having like 3 kills.
Already going to have ourselves a pause called.
Has to be a Heretics tech.
Yeah, Heretics having a time to sort of talk through what has been going on so far in this matchup. And honestly, again, you have.
Do you think Energy has a chance to make playoffs? I don't think they're going to make playoffs. No. Do you think the changes are beneficial? Yes. Because let's not understate just how abysmal they were before. I think they messed up a little bit in terms of their approach at the moment. I think they cooked a little bit too heavy on maps with the changes. I think they tried maybe a little bit too hard to go outside of the box and prove that they're smarter than everyone else, and ended up maybe just not having comps that, or just having comps that don't really, comps that struggle on maps, I guess. But, I mean, they look better. There's no doubt about it, they look better.
It's a bit of a tall task to just come in like this up against one of the best teams, the best team in EMEA right now. And, oh, we had 8-3 within the first 7 rounds.
Okay, Lowby goes in. This time they've actually done a timeout, and it looks like we are sending it. Prowler, if the Prowler hits, then they flash double swing. Prowler doesn't hit. They flash anyway to see if someone timed it. And they just pick it up.
Makes it very difficult now for GX to claim
this
this
is nice
space.
though. Question mark. I'd say what's good at the moment from Giant. So we've had a couple of these rounds, right? You know, the fish that went down here. And we have this round here. Heretics, great question marks, and Giants clear it within the next 10 seconds.
Standing strong, looking to hold this angle now.
But it's not like they're scared of these areas; they're insta just retaking it with numbers.
Swinging to try to push the player out of position. For now, they're waiting. We had Hoodie on the other side, wall up. Or
did they not pick up the Gecko flash? What happened here?
Trying to cause a distraction.
He missed the lineup.
Rotation. And now he's around here with the spike. It looks like we're going to get that B push. And the fight with Benji is finally found, but it's Benji's aggression that gets it done. And the re-swing is his as well. A shutdown of Hookah, and now they're all left alone.
Paranoid. It's not going to catch anyone. Double TP, 2 players taking aggressive
that was nice, though. He baited enough for Benji and Hookah to get a kill.
1 versus 2. Both players
Dude, this Famzy guy's doing great.
But they're looking to try and take this one together. With Spike in hand, maybe a little bit tentative. They're already moved towards this B side. The thing is that he could go the TP, but it's running out of time. He's going to have to go back.
I think he's a little bit wrecked.
To see if they can hear that plant before making a single move. This is
so they could easily win the round or Prowler.
He would be spotted, still a Prowler available as well, so that will leave him stuck in the mud. Every piece of utility that whooped throughout landed on his opponent.
I was wondering if they were going to overthink it and not use it, but I think it's just way better in the circumstance to use it, especially when they can get the gun up during trades. It's nice. Kind of volume up. Main broadcast? Sure. Wait, me or the main broadcast?
And man like Benji Fishy stood in Hookah, grabbing 2, shutting down the Hookah push, and then assisting on the side. That's just a dream round for him in one where they really shouldn't have had that much of a chance. And to be fair, again, GX did a great job after that. You have one individual performance from Heretics, and then good protocols and trading from GX, but it's just not enough to recover on the disadvantages they already felt.
Yeah, this is always the thing with this Heretics roster, like the depth of talent. Up until that point, Benji had a single kill. And then just like that, a saved rifle turns the round on its head. Luckily for GX, though, it's not really going to do too much damage to their economy. They're still very comfortable, probably till the end of the half, just with how much they've been able to build up over the last few rounds. Still have that Viper's Pit available, but there is also one to counter on the other side, and they've also got themselves Thrash if they were to need it. An immediate Viper's Pit, but you can see a little bit of a change in pace this time. Purple actually tries to run through the Molotov. He's definitely been
we
a little
explode
bit
using
hit and miss in some of these rounds
smoke.
where
I like it.
It's
The smoke is pretty good for isolating all of Hookah. We tried this in a prac once where our default was like throw in this smoke. We had a chamber and then we would like trip the left side, and then you could get to the left side and have an op hold here. This Viper smoke is good. It's probably not as good now that you can't pick it up, but definitely creates a lot of pressure on Hookah.
Nobody seen there. Pit is in play for mid, so you're not really worried even when that Viper wall goes up from Hoodie. The main thing is if
you got Fischl on site.
Viper's Pit
Kinda committed though.
Section off rotations. That could be huge, but getting into this site that they've chosen will not be so easy. Mini Boo's waiting. Boo's on the jump
Official,
peak,
I
smokes
mean,
in hand.
this is a very nice call at the moment. To contact this when they have so much util here and haven't used so much util, that Nate should kill him. Oh my god, so close.
Those pain shells could take him down, trapped in the corner and dropped, but it serves as a bait. They're not ready for Boo. He's grabbed a third in this round, and just because of him, it's still doable, but left into the hands of Benji.
Calling from Giants has been really good, by the way.
Yeah, the new boy alongside Vitinho,
This round was great.
the longest standing member, to try and hold on to this round. GX have done well to sort of recover from the early fight, but being caught out by Boo has definitely left them in a problematic scenario. Both players wrapping round towards that elbow position. Vitinho looking for contact, and he doesn't miss that first shot, knowing now that he has the time, the nade as well. It's left to work.
Very nice rounds.
Vitinho does it all. Doesn't
Great.
need the support in the end. GX take the lead again.
Gorgeous stuff.
Looking good, dude.
I'm very impressed by what I'm
When's
seeing
week
here
4
today.
predictions?
Heretics
Friday.
Picking this map, it gave me next to no
I
faith.
will do
came
them
in
Friday.
expecting this
Probably
GX
Friday
side
night.
To look lost, to be honest. Cloud picking up an IGL role a couple weeks.
Logic,
back on that.
thank you so much, man. Logic, appreciate you.
And then add to that,
Oh my god!
Famzy,
My
who's
god.
currently 10-4 on the
Why
server.
you
playing
doing
an
him like that,
HP's
Logic?
got-
That's crazy.
and again, I think I'm right here. 3 officials on. Like, it's unbelievable. And some of the Omen utility has been a reason he's getting kills. It's not just on the basis of, oh, he's shooting people in
I
the
missed
head, so
another
he's
sub
very
before
good.
that from Logic. Wait, really?
Love what I'm seeing from this Giant side, and well, what a time it is to recover for them when tournament life
Yeah, let me check
is
in a bit.
still kind of
Dude,
on the
double
line,
hero
but it's a
gun.
very thin line.
Every like big
hanging in the
round that
balance.
forces Heretics to an
Final
eco,
thread,
Giants
pull
just
it
winning it.
apart. Woot with a hero rifle. We've seen him
Does Hoodie expect this?
have some of the
I'm not
best
sure Mini
performances
Boo needs to
throughout
be
the
this aggro when his
entirety.
teammate's doing this, though. I'd like him to get
Masters
out of
split
there.
two.
Oh,
Now it's such an aggressive position, they are rotating towards
oh
him.
boy.
I don't think anybody's going to expect somebody to be this deep, although Cloud actually checks on it. The man is aware that they could have pushed this far.
Oh,
But
boy.
That's not a blast back that Miniboo's going to forget for a while.
No way.
It gets caught out.
Is this Heretics? What was that?
It seems like Cloud's awareness is there again, waiting for the player on the TP. Comfortable position from him to get his second kill of the round.
That decoy was about to be sent out to make that a little bit more difficult. It won't be used now with a nice shot from Benji.
Okay.
Fishy is second in the round, but
Yeah,
the
that's a very
second
nice
kill
round. They
for
got so much
Heretics.
money here.
And as he goes down, it's
what are their
locked
ults
into
like?
a 6-4 lead. GX, you know, second half still to be seen and so on and so forth, but my goodness, this is a much better face of the roster that we're seeing already, and maybe makes me a little bit less worried about Split, because again, something must have went right.
He just had
in
no idea the
scripts
box
in those
was
2
there.
days of prac that they feel
It's
comfortable
so funny.
picking that map up against Heretics of all teams.
Well,
Bro, where is he pushing, bro? I don't understand.
Well, they've won 6 of the last 7 rounds over on that attack side, looking incredibly strong. As said, like that we've seen some angles that are so aggressive from the side of Heretics, and it seems like GX are more than aware of it. Like that spot from Wu is not something I think a lot of teams would clear, but they're more than prepared. Seekers are going to be online. Showstopper
This is nice,
as well as
though.
a Viper's
We just
Pit.
do
It's
a
good-looking round
double
for the
orb
side of
default,
GX,
basically.
although
Showers.
there are
Making
a
sure they
couple
hold on
ults
to the one
available
over
for a
towards long.
response on the other side. It seems though that
What's
the
the
decision
overall
from
plan
GX is
here?
yet to be made. Spike's still
That's what I
down
want to
back
see.
towards the spawn.
They insert one of Showers.
Oh, that was
And
close.
then they group up
nice
B?
try from Purpo.
Seekers?
Rian's manages to hold on to life late into the round.
Yeah, this has been great
two
from Heretics, though.
showstoppers.
Dude, it's just been a whole game of one of
Opposite
these,
sides
right?
of
Where
the
someone
map,
creates some
Coutinho's that
kind
might
of
be
question mark
finding a
around the
victim.
map, and then it gets
Everybody
insta-cleared.
grouping
Heretics
By the looks of things,
clear the question mark
nobody
over
moving to
towards
hook it
Showers with
either.
a Prowler, like,
Five-man
what,
push
5
from
seconds
long?
after they actually
Well, I
created
don't think they're gonna
pressure.
just
No one's there.
commit to that
Rotate comes
blind.
in. 3
I think
people
there's gonna
here.
be a
Official
rocket leading that
involved.
charge.
Boo, 1
And it's
kill,
Benji
gets ult.
Fishy that's in a lot of danger. Here it comes. Showstopper used. Snake fight down. Trying to keep Vitinho back. It has actually slowed him for a moment. The decoy's already burned up. And he's
Wow,
going to fire
Papa.
blind. Benji's in the firing line, but it has missed. Went straight past him. Good utility to counter it out. Now Benji's on his
Wait,
second.
Benji got another one there?
Still alive inside the site as Heretics claim back control. There's the swing.
Okay, yeah.
Rien's the
And
close.
just shout out to Woot here.
Beautiful
Like
stuff
this
from
insta-clear
Heretics.
over towards
Now
Showers
larger
meant that the
with
official
Miniboo
could be there, which
hands.
meant that they didn't
One
push
bullet
through, which
away.
meant that it was all
They get
isolated,
it
which meant
done.
that
And now
they could
a
have the
chance to
fast
equalize it
rotate
at the
all.
end of the
Benji
half.
gets 2.
There were
And
so
that was
many
literally
moments
all
the
down to the
Showstopper
info over
blindly
towards
shot
Showers.
could have caught something. We saw Benji as well, just like just fighting for his life. I
Damn.
don't know how he gets away with so much here. But the swarm back from Heretics. look
Ooh,
good.
little combo
And
as
even
well
still,
here. That
I
was a nice
can't believe
util.
I'm saying this, but it's just another blip in the attack
It's,
side
yeah,
of
some really good
GX,
util from
'cause
Woot here.
I think it's safe to say over the last 8 rounds, they've definitely looked like the better side. still having some ults to play with. A
Well.
Vitinho just wants to brawl.
Well, they went for it.
Unfortunately for him, it was Mini Boo waiting on the other side. A well-placed shot and another few onto Cloud that leave him low. Purpo's claimed the space though. Gate crash used, flash is gone, decoy
Yeah, and they
out.
really kick Redgar and then they
Stuck
use
in
his
this
wall.
corner, and
That's
they're aware of
insane.
it. Orbital strike called in just to make sure there was no way out for that man. And with Cloud hanging on to life by a thread, this Viper's Pit might be able to at least even the odds somewhat if Heretics go walking into it. The problem is they don't really need to right now. They've got the numbers to work with. And
Yeah,
once
it's
that
the old
spike
school
goes down,
Gambit
you'll
wall.
see the TP coming out of Rian's and Benji Fishy.
Nice shot from Famzy. Again, he's been clean with these fights. Still a couple of players left on the other side of the map as well. The problem is spams. Can you get this plant down?
Problem
Not
is it
only
spams
without
and
losing a
util.
player, but more so without
Like,
losing
they got
too
Fish
much health. In
and,
fact, no,
sorry, they
don't
got
believe
Molly
they can.
and Brimley.
Realizing that it's too much of a gamble with players on the other side.
Yeah,
The
and now they
problem
can keep
is
spamming.
you're not really in
And
a-
they
in a
they put
better
down the
spot
ult
here.
to just make sure
In
they could
fact,
actually have some kind
it
of
looks
vision.
significantly
Now the
worse if
smoke
just
goes up
look
to block the
at
vision.
where the remaining player, if they even TP here,
It's a good sign
they're
that
gonna
Giants
meet
realized
the
that
man
this
that is Benji Fishy.
ult was kind of wrecking them a
20
little bit.
seconds left to try and find anything. A haunt to reveal. They know they're still on spot. Fancy trying to play aggressively, but he meets Boo as well. And well, now Hoodie, last man
Very
standing.
well handled. Dude, Boo
It's the
fragged out
same
pretty heavy in
again.
this half.
6-6. A return to begin and end the half for Heretics.
good
in
half
the same
from
way,
everyone,
but
really.
it
There's a
has
lot
to
of
be
good stuff
said,
here.
The middle, the main part was all GX.
It was absolutely perfect. In this round, I feel for Hoodie. The decision making there, Viper's Pit is up. You think
what
there's
happened?
a player right where we're seeing this player here, Boo. You think there's someone there, you throw out a snake bite. Maybe they're in it, maybe they're in the pit. Either way, you drop the pit, they're going to be low HP.
I think
vulnerable.
EMEA will go
You're
a whole
taking the
year
fight
without a major
easy
win.
if you can manage to
Sorry,
recover
Lex, I'm reading
Maybe
it.
they even go
I'm
for the TP
biting
afterwards.
into the bait.
It could have been gorgeous.
Maybe.
Instead,
Let's
there's
see.
no one there, and they end up just
I don't
looking
really
a
know.
little silly,
I
losing
don't
the
really
main
know, man.
advantage they had,
Maybe.
which was a
The
slight
best hope is
obscure
Heretics.
Heretics couldn't really go near, and once those sight lines open up, the round closes. 6-6, decent half out of GX, that's for damn sure. That middle made them look like the better squad. Now they get to be tested here on their defense. And for Team Heretics, I think they have a bit of pride to recover. Giving 6 away, probably not what they expected coming into today.
Yeah, the problem is a lot of the time you'll see teams force Heretics to start on that attack, and as I said,
Forever
like
a
the last-
one-team
you're looking at the
region?
last,
Damn,
what,
dude.
4 times, 9,
That's
10,
crazy.
8, and 7 rounds. The 7 was actually when they started on defense and won the second half 7-1. So their attack has been their better of the two. We'll see what GX have to offer.
The last pistol really didn't go GX. We'll ignore that flash. That didn't happen. It's okay. Bug. Something like that. Vitinho's done well. Not really. Dropped immediately. Purpo, Famzy in the same fate.
Did good,
And
though.
Heretics again, managing to just steamroll over this
Yeah,
side.
I mean, this was
don't think the
nice.
flash connecting from
This is the
Purpo
thing
would've
about
really
this
helped
meta,
all too
right?
much
You
either.
can just, this is a
Heretics
good
push out
example,
was
like the
well-timed.
blasting.
And now,
Getting behind
well,
a smoke
we're left in
blasting
a
has
close
never been
situation
stronger
where
because
both
of
players are fairly
the
locked out.
changes
I
to
think there's even
Gecko.
poison orb blocking spawn.
We have to get back in. Is not going to be easy. Just look at the positioning as well. Every single member is in a passive off angle, flank being watched just in case. Like, Heretics have always been quite regimented when it comes to these late rounds. Not really a team to give these advantages away. They'll at least be able to find one, but just the time. It's so far gone at this stage that getting this defused is impossible. And the second they go anywhere near it, Benji is there to recover. 7-6. Heretics reclaim the lead
Double
with the
pistol,
second
right?
pistol.
Yeah.
I also kind of want to look at the stat line for Benji, because as I said, I think in the first, what did I say, 6, 7 rounds, I think he had 1 kill. Bit of a turnaround.
Hasn't it just? And it's a lot of big rounds. Multi-kills on a site, on the defensive side, obviously. Now we're seeing the same thing here in the pistol. And for GX, well, they're left in a pretty tough spot. Classics might just be that. Not sure we're going to see much more invested into this round. Well, Team Heretics have whatever they want to work with. Although they're going for just 2 rifles, so
People have
a
the
very
flash,
big
yeah, poor
margin
guy.
for error, maybe
Yeah, they're allowed
response
2
to what they
deaths.
saw,
They're kind of
in
allowed
that
3 deaths,
second
really.
round last time they lost a bit more than they wanted to.
How do you think Soulcast
they
will
can,
perform in
on the
today's
attack,
tier
be a
1?
little bit
Soulcast
more
will be fine, man.
loosey-goosey
He'd be
with
good. Again, Dom fried in practices. He never got to show his like true potential, I feel like, and maybe that's because of all of the changes that happened for him, like agent-wise as well.
They're giving him that spec.
He also had a pretty rough time with just like real life stuff.
Flash out. It's going to leave Cloud trying to do a bit of damage. Hoodie has been able to find one at least, but it is now just Benji farming up these extra orbs, leaving Vitinho and Purpo sort of locked out of this site. No utility other than the boom bomb.
Dom will be back because he's a grinder, because he's got good work ethic.
If I'm not mistaken, that might even have been brought through from the pistol. I think the only investment here from GX was Hoodie buying a snake bite. I could be wrong. I might have missed it at the last second, but either way, that snake bite did quite a lot. Slowed down the push slightly. Left Miniboo, I think it left him vulnerable. Although I did see him take the fight up close, and it didn't look like it. Maybe he just blast packed in time. But either way, the result was to try to find an isolated duel. They did with Miniboo. He still grabbed one before going down.
Scott, how we doing, mate? Thank you for the 13 months.
That was in play for
Thank
Team
you so much,
Heretics.
bro. I appreciate that.
For Arrow was wide. They still come through. 2 rifles.
Logic, I did miss a gifted. I can't say that one. Thank you though. Just like all of you gifted. Dude, do you know what, Logic? I looked at it. I was looking at some of the gifted today. I think you've done like 200 and something. And I reckon I can probably say like 5 of them on stream.
That's rough.
Pretty impressive.
Well, they are actually reinvesting. And look at the credits. They're very comfortable. Misread from me. 4 rifles, a Spectre, and plenty of cash for the next. Pretty perfect start to the half.
225? Dude, that's wild. 5 of them stream friendly. Whoa!
Well,
where's he gone?
You're not getting that one back, buddy.
Where's he gone?
That's like a kid watching a balloon float.
Yeah, it really was.
The sky.
It was devastating.
No, son, that one's gone.
Papa, can I get another one? No.
Cost 3 quid for the helium. Well, Vitinho's done well. Wood taken down at the start. A little bit of control.
Yeah, that was a nice one.
TP back over to B. Okay, I like this setup. GX
Early contra over towards showers, can TP out. Definitely stealing some of the Sentinel stuff.
That's exactly where the stack up is. 2 players on the other side of the orb. Benji is going to have a tough time. What? He got both of them.
How should that ever?
That is outrageous.
How does anyone ever get 2 there?
At least it seems to be. Although the nade was going to take him down. Boo gets their first low.
Oh, I thought they were going to steal a round when Benji did that. No matter what, great damage, big round here, 3 people.
I don't know how he did that.
I'm by next.
Yeah, it's like he isolated the first battle. The guy wasn't where he expected, so he
just knew, right? So he just pre-fired.
And then there was a counter swing ready from GX, and he still manages to get that kill. Like it's just absurd. But again, Hoodie does an incredible job of just holding on.
Yeah, he knew. Oh my god.
Oh, that's nasty. He just predicts it.
It's got to be infuriating. But yeah, then the solid hold and Vitinho there to sort of clean up the mess at the end. As you said though, there's still going to be a comfortable buy going into this one. Benji 2 away from a Viper's pit as well. So it's definitely
into the screen. He leant into the screen for it. It's crazy.
No, definitely.
Hey, that one worked this time?
I came back this time. You did good, yeah. You did good. Thanks for coming back. Well, Team Heretics, about to see a push coming out on long. It's
I like what they're doing though. We're using the Yoru well. We're everywhere.
Please get me a replay of him dodging in his chair.
Well, Benji's dodged the bullets on the server as well, thankfully.
He's playing.
Wait, he dodges it?
Like it was like 8D cinema, or it like, the chair moves as well.
I went to see Avatar in 40X by accident. That was rough. Way of the water, and they spray water on you every time. It was not the summer, but 8-7.
Logic Valor. I love Logic. See, I can say that one. Thank you for the gifted, mate.
Not punished. That's the
6 that I can say.
On the side of Heretics,
am I ever gonna stand? Amped. I need to get some cable extenders.
You can see this B hold is retracting slightly.
And I have no days to go out the house. So probably not for a little bit. Maybe for champs.
Smokes out. Snake bite to the lake. They're just gonna go running into this, but Cloud's holding the line. 2 kills already, but again it's Benji. Turning the tide, looks to swing forward. His reaction shot today.
Yeah, Benji's a beast, man. It's a shame for Giants because, like, to win this round, it could have been great. Like, 3 people that wouldn't have been able to buy. Been a couple of these that happened early.
Financially, him and Cloud are the only players that have any.
And they lost double pistol. Dude, they're giving this a really good shot, man.
He needs to make sure he comes up with something, otherwise they're going to be in trouble financially in the next.
He's going to commit to it.
Benji? Yeah, he's just a
to catch
talent.
him. Now they've got the information. They're focused in, and Famzy getting out is going to be very difficult. They try to TP out to long, but he's suspicious there could even be a player there. And as he goes to clear it, Boo confirms there's not. 9-7, 2-round gap for Heretics, attack side ball rolling, and economy for GX. Like you said, Tom, losing that rifle, even keeping it through, the next round won't look the prettiest.
That was clean from Cloud though. What's this shot like?
Let's see this one. 'Cause he's looking through.
Oi. That's a
It
nice
looked
one.
insane from the other perspective.
Yeah,
as
just
well.
one as
Like,
well.
You see the gun 90 degrees to the left, and then it's just boom, it's on you.
Thanks, Dennis. That's good.
It's going to be a timeout now for GX. As I said, we've seen Heretics have absolutely monstrous attack sides of this map, and I think we're starting to see it go that way already. I hope Famzy has invested into a solid pair of earplugs for these tactical pauses. Because as we know, Pipson likes to break the sound barrier when talking to his players.
He's a big Jennifer Lopez fan.
What on
He likes
earth
to
is
get
this?
loud.
Proud of that one.
My boom far.
I'm a
The
big
prime.
Jennifer Lopez fan.
Don't know what that means,
It's my
but thank you
favorite
for the prime.
But no, I think it'll be an experience for Famzy getting to see an official
Appreciate that. Welcome in.
tactical pause with Pipson at the helm. I'm not sure if he'll be able to compare that to anything in his career so far. But he does
Pipson?
look a bit more calm today.
Are we still talking right now?
More controlled.
To be fair, he's playing with the Spanish league, and if we've learned from anything, the
actually
Spanish
true, yeah.
cast is allowed, Spanish coaches allowed, Spanish people allowed. So maybe he's just ready.
A
for
Molly
it.
lineup that goes over towards here.
Well,
And
Looking for double digits, Team Heretics, Vipers, Pit, and Thrash.
Fish short.
Cloud has his
They're
ultimate
gonna.
to work with, but
Ooh, they're
those
doing a different
Seekers
version of it.
Not likely to be the first contact. It is Thrash running it down, grabbing one. There's a player behind, but isolated nicely.
Clean.
Yeah.
And both kills going their way.
Very, very nice.
Team
And something
Heretics
we've known
claim the site,
about
the plan.
Heretics is they don't mind
Early
using an
classics
ult
for
into
the
an
most
eco to
part.
try and keep it
Very
clean.
tough retake ahead of the
They're
rest of
just
Giants.
in for getting money good
Sort of
really early in the half. Don't overthink it. Keep it
much of a
simple.
muchness.
They have a few different variations of
Brian's
this
gonna
because
get his
sometimes
ult
they use the
back.
tether that
I
goes
don't
over
think
towards
that's
here.
gonna be the deciding
I like this
factor
one.
of this round. It just comes down to damage, because again, the economy
Maybe that's when
is
they don't
just
have
gonna
fish
start
ult,
to
I'm not sure.
bloom for Heretics, and we've already seen, as said, many a time them truly run away with the attack side versus some of the best opponents in the VCT. Purpo's at least having a little bit of fun. It seems like they're going to throw
Yeah.
the classics
They
in
don't
and
really
maybe just
care
hope
about
to do
ult orb.
a bit
Oh
of
my
extra
goodness.
damage with
They don't
the
really care
Sheriff,
about ult orbs
which
here
will be the
because
case. One kill, Mini
it's all
Boo will
about
go
the money.
down, but other than that, just going to go down to the spike.
And that they do. Double digits found for Heretics though, and after that first half,
This game is
from
closer than
GX,
expected. Yeah,
very
honestly, give
solid
Giants a
gameplay.
pistol.
They're
This
on the
is
same page.
a
I'm not
really,
gonna
really close
criticize
map.
them for not being here. I mean, they have pistols, and even in the rifle rounds, have just been some outrageous individual performances from Heretics that I think swing the pendulum in their favor. The reality is, though, they don't really get to keep falling back on excuses of, oh well, it's not our fault. We lost that round. They did something cool. At the end of the day, they need to get off this starting point. They've had one round so far out of 5, and if this keeps
Aim
going,
strat
there
again,
won't be
just
many
without
more
the fish
chances.
ult.
Showstopper and Viper's Pit
What
for
did you do this
Heretics in
time?
a crucial round.
Just raise ult?
It's tough on GX. They don't have a lot to react with. They're close to so many ultimates,
Yeah.
but not close enough.
But he again is battling for that hookah control, but it seems like they're going to go in with the full force of this team. Already tagged up a little bit, could be a problem. Cloud at least found one. Hoodie's still surviving. Smoke's
Oh
come
man,
in,
that's
but the spam
impressive
is
from
enough.
Heretics.
It's going to give them that man advantage, and they're not stopping. Wingman being sent through is going to reveal a player behind. With a couple low, there's still an opportunity for Vitinho. Once this smoke fades away, there's one, but he needs more. Trades are immediate. Another from Woot, who's had a quieter game
It feels like there's a couple of these rounds that come down to that big one kill, and
left into a
I mean,
car.
it
She's
was
gonna
literally the
swat
same
at that
last
first,
time, right back
and
at
Blue's
site.
just
Benji
waiting
hit that
back.
shot.
TP to reposition, looking to try and find his counter.
Oh, it's unlucky. He played it well, though.
Quicker
Yeah, he played it well.
on
Dude,
that trigger.
is this like a third
And
clutch or something from Boo?
will continue to extend their
Look at
lead.
the stats after. I feel like he's clutching like
again,
mad.
those point of contact ultimates, the way this old cycle's coming in for Heretics, having Thrash to clear out of the eco to mitigate a lot of those problems, having Showstopper to take out Cloud.
Oh,
they
that's
did. I was
why.
wondering-
Okay,
well, Thank
okay.
you for the replay, folks. I don't know if
Dude,
that's
I
everybody
thought
today, but
the comms came in that they were close and they all just had an angle that they wanted to
So you
spam.
had 3 players spam cam up close. You never see anybody do that, but they saw, like, I don't know what that was. The glove of the player just barely peeked through, like a single finger in the smoke. And
anonymous gifter. What the hell?
Now 11-7. And GX, like we said,
I mean, is that not just you as well, Logic?
Here.
Thank you, Anon, whoever you are.
Of ultimates that were close last round, now online, now there to work with. And Showstopper used on the back of a Prowler. Fatinho needs to hunt down this kill. The crowd control's barely worth it in a round like this.
They stimmed him away. They stimmed him away. That's what you call team play. A Brimmy Stimmy to help him escape. The fights traded back and forth. Fatinho now can get back into the side. The Showstopper didn't work, but he's doing the job with the rifle nonetheless. Has a little bit of support, but with that spike
Come on,
down on the
guys,
deck,
don't lose the 3v2.
No wingman to help them out, as it will start to dissipate. May just wait the 10 seconds to try and have a third member.
Paria, thank you so much, man.
Instead,
appreciate the 4 months.
Expecting a rotation. Look at the
Thanks
almost
Prime.
pincer that's coming in from behind, with GX completely repositioning.
Even with Purpo's spot, they're ready for a TP, but
never seen Boo lose a clutch. It's actually true.
Now 2 players from behind. They're not together.
Oh boy. But that's okay, because honestly, this guy, the timing of the baiting might work out well. Yeah, and I think Cloud should make sound, right?
They won't. Cloud though.
And then this guy makes the play.
Make a little bit of noise. Purpo needs to regain that control.
Oh, now I'm worried.
Way up the back is being watched nonetheless. It's going to be 2 tough fights and a reveal that gives it away. They know exactly where Cloud is. C's used, and there's the other player spotted. Info now in their hands, and the execution absolutely perfect. 12-7.
Okay.
One more for Heretics. This was
neck
and neck.
Didn't love how they played it. Not gonna lie to you.
Again, their attack side always.
I felt it was still okay in the 2-on-2, but then they played the 2-on-2 different to how I would like to.
As said, put any gun
nice shots though. What can we say?
This was just
really nice shots.
By the first kill, and then everything else
he just poked his head up to get insta-dinked.
Watching him do everything. Alright, Minivu. Alright. 12-7. 5 in a row needed. Something that we did see from GX in the previous half. They're still going to have a bye, but they did use a couple of their ultimates in that last round to very little effect.
Yeah, and low economy here, even affecting Purpo. He would have another flash to go for a more aggressive.
This is nice though. They clear all of this out. They can free pass and stack.
It would have had a fight on a flashed mini boo, and who knows
this
how
is
that's
still a
going to
question
go.
mark. I think. I don't know. I'm pretty sure they should be able to heavy rotate.
Problems. Orbital strike blocks out a lot of control. Now here comes Viper's pit, presumably, if Benji can stay alive, which he's done a damn good job of most of the time already.
This
2 players dropped on that defensive side, only for the one on the other side. Here comes Thrash. It's caught.
Dude, they don't tunnel vision. Oh my god.
Oh, yeah, they did. Okay.
They're the best.
Papa from behind. It's being watched. Clean. We didn't expect a second. Boo's just going to track him on the wallbang into a 2v2. Viper's pit's being traded as Benji
yeah, they traded the Viper's pit.
Still standing.
Oh boy.
In, but he's actually going to go down.
40 HP. It's this guy? Surely not.
He's won them all so far, but now has to
only on the spikes, they can't defuse yet.
Looks for the kill onto one of them, but can't quite find
okay,
the
not
second.
this time. He actually lost one. He's human.
Well, there should be enough time for Hoodie to get this defuse over the line, and GX will live to fight another day.
Just about hanging on to control.
Right, 5 chances to 4. This one, it's close.
And who knows what we get to see. A little flank up from Purpo. Oh, he was so unlucky, activating the ultimate and then getting shot at just the right time. And that shot onto Rienz, that's something, but the decay always helps out. Headshot nonetheless gets the job done. 12-8. 4 rounds in it. 4 in a row needed for GX.
Woot one away from his ult. Could be a relatively easy call. And we're at least seeing Giants talk about the fact that they want to fight. Oh, they're fighting double ups.
Not there for either team, although Woot is pretty close to having his Nightfall. And Famzy had some big impact on the ultimate, but harder to do here on the defense.
Yeah, they were ready for fast showers, and they were ready for something fast over towards.
I think it can't really be argued that GX have definitely needed those ultimates a little bit more.
This is what's mad to me. This is a very hard lineup. Normally, most people have this lineup when you go against the barrier. The fact that he has the lineup for when the barrier is down is impressive.
I don't want to say he doesn't deserve, but he shouldn't be able to win.
I talked about this last time I saw it.
Aggression.
Oh
Purpo
boy.
has been spotted, but he gets away scot-free.
It's good info though.
Definitely helps out.
Good info, rotate comes
Probably a
in.
big
50
reason we
seconds,
see
we've
him
got
in
one
that
person
position.
inserted
Obviously,
over
no
towards long
teammates
B though,
close
so
by
they
to
can
help out. They've got
easy
Paranoia
take
ready.
A, go back
As
B.
soon as the utility comes out of that choke point and it's clear that Heretics are pushing, Paranoia, swing from Purpo, and hopefully around on the back of it. That's what GX are hoping for, but
They've
Heretics...
given Woot the spike.
They're going
They
TP, I
want
think.
that Nightfall. They'd rather him get that Nightfall than play with the wingman to get them into the after plant. It definitely has a little bit more risk, but they're going to use it.
Wait,
to
that's a
almost
spike.
Sell the fake. Woot got the ultimate, but it was by a bullet
They
to
wanted
the
to
head.
tap the...
Won't be using it in this round.
They wanted to send Wingman in, tap the spike so they thought Wingman was planting or something, and then go back over towards site. It really kind of really fell apart. I understand the thought process though. Tricky Valor, thank you so much for the 15 months.
Not down and out yet. 3 in a row. It seems manageable, but like you said, Tom, back of your mind, 1 in 3, 1 in 4
Yeah,
rounds.
especially as I said
A
that
play
they're very
like
good at
Benji's
doing
gonna
like
come
simple
through.
stuff
And
well.
Dorothea flawless.
This
For
was
GX, that was a good way to start off that comeback.
this was definitely an over.
For sure. And the thing is as well,
They got Woot
I don't
solo.
mind the idea from Heretics, but you see the risk of what they're going for. The wingman sort of negates the player having to run into plant. One goes into plant, and Purpo's just playing this risky style. Like,
They
it
got a
hasn't
timeout of
worked
them, right?
amazingly well. Like, he's at the bottom of the board at the moment, but it's disruptive. It's awkward. And just being caught like that, there's got to be frustrating, because that's what they wanted. They wanted the Nightfall for the post plant. It puts them in an almost unlosable position, but instead, going for that actually costs them the round in the first place. Heretics, after the pause last time, is where we
Clutches
sort
and
of saw
pistols
that
are so
turnaround, or
50-50.
the
Don't
comeback
glaze a
almost
player or
to
team
close
based
out
on
the
their
half evenly.
clutches.
Now, we have seen GX quite a few times have themselves
Oh
in
boy.
pretty
Kinda
awful
just,
positions
called
going to
yourself
OT.
out a little
I'll
bit.
say a lot of the times they
Still
don't
good, though.
close out the
I'm not
OT.
gonna
It's
I'm not gonna
really-
pile on to what you
maybe on
did.
Lotus they do,
Lotus, yeah.
but
Dan, kind of exposed yourself.
this is still going to be a difficult task, because you're also just looking at the value of the players on the other side. Your Benjis, your Boo right up there now on 19 and 13. And Woot has had an incredibly quiet game for Woot standards. So at any moment, this game could easily flip on its head. So they have to be very careful themselves after that pause.
Yeah, even now, coming in with 2 Sheriffs in play.
I get the thought
Heretics have one
process.
hell of a chance, especially attack
Some
side,
things in a
3
clutch would
rifles.
work
Well,
against other
Mini
people in
Boo's
a
being
clutch. I
dropped
get where you're coming
immediately.
from.
Great job by Fatinho, winning out that duelist fight. Famzy toying with the idea of getting further aggressive. He moves back. They think they've cleared it. They
Uh-oh.
don't think that Boo can even be here. The paranoia used. Oh, Famzy's still getting work done before he's dropped it. It makes it back to an even scenario. 2 rifles and the ultimate for Woot. Where's it going to be used? Is it going to be used even at this point? They're flooding the backside.
Damn,
just
bro.
taking the
Yeah,
fights, and
it was
there's
nice. It was a
a
nice call to
round
take back
for
a
you.
site here.
A chaotic
Okay,
conclusion
honestly,
to
Giants
map
did
number
well.
1.
You give them a
Heretics
pistol here,
will
I'm not
take
saying they
their
would have
map
won it,
pick.
Yeah,
but
maybe a
they
little
could have
bit
at least got
closer.
like a
Actually quite
13-11 maybe
closer.
overtime.
Both pistols going the way of Heretics, and GX
Famzy had a
definitely
nice
showing they
first
can
showing.
fight with Famzy.
Calling was pretty
But
good.
now, tournament life
It's
on the line.
Heretics.
We'll be back after the break to see if they can